You know, in my early days of YouTube, I used to do these intros on these videos, and I used to put dramatic music to it. It almost became like a meme and an internet thing that everybody came to look forward to. And then as time went on, the business expanded and less box openings were done. And we haven't been able to really enjoy cracking packs and boxes or doing much of anything over the years anymore. In the last couple years, we really haven't been able to have fun with intros and do silly things. And oh, look at that. A note saying I paid $585 for a box of Future Sight. Somebody give me a price check. Did I get hosed on that? I think I bought that about 8 or 9 years ago. But yeah, we used to have fun with these intros, going through the history of everything. And I know in 2025, some of you are old like me, you'll understand the value and the significance of something like this. Those are sealed cases of Urzas. Not one. Those are sealed cases. That is what the case of Urza's Saga used to look like back in the day. It's a special thing, it really is. So as we journey here, we make it to the conclusion. We're going to crack a box of Avacyn Restored today. Why? Because I had a patron, and pretty much he sold me some collector boxes, and he loves this set, and said, Rudy, please open a box of Avacyn for me and send me the cards. And I said, sure. So here we are, folks. I used to put dramatic music, but instead you hear my voice, and the world has changed. A lot of things have happened. Back in the day, you had to be an expert to play Magic. Isn't that crazy? Today, doesn't matter, because flashy serialized. So here we go. We're jumping in. Avacyn Restored. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments for my patron over here, Dr. Sewell, all the way in Lakewood, California. You know, I promised one video in the last few weeks. I just wanted to do this and enjoy the moment with you all. I don't get to open old Magic. I don't get to relax and share these moments with you all very much anymore. So it's more important to me now than ever to actually go back and actually stop for a minute and enjoy things like this. These are products and boxes. I probably held this box, and I probably own this for 10, 15 years at this point. I mean, pretty much almost towards release date. This product came out in 2012. I'll say 2010. So yeah, this is a 13, 14-year-old box. I probably got this at distribution before I was on YouTube, early days. Back in the day, wholesale cost for a box like this in 2012 era, I think it was probably around 68 to 72 a box maybe. Let's just call it 70 bucks a box. So, boy, there's a lot to talk about, everybody. This is being filmed in August of 2025. And the news cycle right now is the Spider-Man. Apparently there's a one-of-one serialized, like, radioactive Spider-Man that people are losing their mind on. I don't know if that's true. We're hearing about Avatar. Pokemon's getting ready to start its new era of Mega Evolutions. We have Weiss with the Nikkei girls. And, of course, the collector box Modern Magic boom is completely off the chart, everybody. The days of women looking like this in Magic, that is gorgeous. And the days of this art style, the days of lore, the days of better storytelling in Magic the Gathering are, unfortunately, in my opinion, pretty long gone. You're not really going to see packs and art style and lore and flavor like you're going to see in this video today, everybody. Sit back, relax, as we just cracked 36 packs of the past, ladies and gentlemen. And as we enjoy it, remember, back in this day, a lot of the cards, the dust on these things, foil multipliers and things were a really big deal. God, gorgeous card. Look at that. Look at the artwork. It feels very different because modern Magic art to me has more of a computer, has more of a censorship. Like, you would never have this in a 2025 artwork style. And it has more of a computerized AI kind of feel. The vibe and feel to the art is more computerized and drawn. It doesn't have this vibe. Starting off with a Stronghold there. So that's a nice little land there. If I recall, that's just a colorless land. I don't think it had any drawbacks. I think you can pump creatures. Yep, pumps 2-0 with creatures if you throw some mana into it. So we're going to enjoy some of these old artwork here, and then we'll speed up as we go into the video. And I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I do. Godly, look at that unhallowed pact, man. Like, I feel like today, that's the kind of art you would see in Flesh and Blood or sorcery. You're not going to see that kind of thing in Magic. There's too much censorship on the art style and the grittiness. There we go, starting off number 2 here. We have ourselves Devastation Tide. Remember, folks, whenever you see that kind of framework on this, that means the card has the miracle mechanic on there. Miracle cards have that extra kind of flashy border card frame. That's kind of some of the things they did with this set. It was a really cool thing. Infamous guards there. We got the Wolf over here. We got the old Leap of Faith. Old Harvest. And we got the Wrath for our first uncommon. We got the Geist. We got Blessings of Nature. And, of course, the infamous Crusade enchantment. They're pumping the creatures when they're attacking. And a self-portrait of me when I'm older on YouTube. I would say a lot of people have been asking me questions about the vintage markets and things going on. Like this right here. This box would be considered a Bronze Age era box. Well, technically it's Silver Age because it is before Return to Ravnica, Gatecrash, and the Dragon's Maze Print to Oblivion era. I love that. Look at that. But see, the thing is, this type of era and this type of product, what is going on with that artwork? Is that like demon wrapping around this chick in her dress? This era had a very different vibe to it. This era, Magic was very tightly printed. There wasn't a lot going around. And single cards were quite expensive many times. You got the old Mystic here, another little creature wizards, of course. You can pump it and draw some cards. And today there's a lot of, I don't want to say confusion. I think I'm going to use disappointment. There's a lot of, careful with the crazy eyes, even if you think she's cute. Even if you take her to Chick-fil-A, be careful of crazy eyes. Remember that, folks. Is that me when is that what you guys think my hair is starting to look like? God, no wonder you guys are giving me a hard time. There's a lot of confusion and frustration, Archwing Dragon, about, oh my god, our first foil in the box. Foils were rare and special back then. We've got, of course, the Connoisseur with a nice upgraded chest armor there. Foils were very special back in this era, everybody. Foil multipliers were a really big deal. Like, if we had a foil mythic in this box, that would be considered an extremely, like, a really big deal. Like, we'd be freaking out, and that would pay for the whole box. Of course, the beautiful Emancipation Angel, absolutely stunning there. We got Rain of Thorns. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 packs in. Look at that. Look at that. Original, first edition, original printing. The invention, ladies and gentlemen. I present to you Cavern of Souls. The best, one of the best lands ever made in Magic the Gathering history. And we have the very original 13-year-old, the first appearance of Cavern of Souls. Wow! Gorgeous ink. How the angel artwork and the women and angel, this is absolutely breathtaking in this set, man. Like, it's not like, that's my favorite thing about this set. This is why so many people love this particular product. It's because the art, the beauty in the angels, foil, fuel fire. The beauty in the angels, in the women in this set. It's not even like a trashy, like, you know, kind of like a Weiss, like anime waifu wafu girl. Like, they are just such, like, power, beauty in the way some of these angels are drawn. I don't know how the good word choice to use with it, but it's stunning, everybody. Again, a killing wave, everyone. Look at that. Look at her. Like, the way they would draw with the long dresses, the legs with the heels, and the long flowing hair. All the angels and demons from this era. I mean, when wizards and the artists were told to make these cards, I mean, they didn't screw around, man. Like, even, like, look at the voice of the provinces. Look at her looking up, trying to figure out what to do. I mean, look at the angel's mercy. Like, you can feel the emotion in, like, the way they drew and designed these cards. It's really, that's a lot of, I think that's a lot of what people discuss in these kind of things, because you can feel the difference. You can look at the art. You can look at the story. And, you know, a lot of people say, well, what kind of story do we have today with a bunch of my SpongeBob attacks your Godzilla and Transformers responds with, of course, you know, I don't know, some other, it's just, it really has a very awkward vibe to it. where it's very difficult to get a lot more entrenched compared to the past. Wow. Like, even look at the zombie on this thing. Ripping the bodies in the air, running around. And look, I mean, that is just, it's intense, man. It's really intense. So I'm not really discussing any of the financial single card value because I'm sure there's not really much single card value on normal good cards like this in modern times. Beautiful tracker because of the state of the market and the state of what the market demands. You know, the market and everybody, what does everybody want? They want really high-end chase, serialized cards, full arts, showcase variants and things, and that's where the money, that's why collector boxes and things are going crazy. Well, once again, history here, ladies and gentlemen. What I believe to be the very first appearance of the infamous Vexing Devil, ladies and gentlemen. One of the most infamous cards of the set. Again, rare, not mythic. And again, have you guys noticed something? The infamous cards that we're pulling and discussing, have you noticed these aren't even mythics? These are just rares. That is the most interesting thing. The card quality of this era was really good. And the power level of the rares are really good. It's not treated the same as like mythics and power level of today would be. It's a very interesting thing. We got the old lone spirit there. But yeah, as we're going through this, it's a good reminder that, you know, the world has changed very, very drastically. And a lot of the things that the internet says, wow, look what Rudy did and all the investments and different things. Yeah, well, many of it did turn out really well. Beautiful Captain the Mist there. But of course, it also reinforces the amount of things I got wrong. I thought today, like a box like Avacyn Restored would be like $2,000. Like the fact this box is a couple $100 is mind-blowing to me. If this was Pokemon, this would be a $2,000, $3,000 box from 10 years ago. Like you know, it gives you an idea of the things I got wrong. You know, I should just hoard all the Pokemon. Got the old Druid there, enchantment. And I don't think the demand for older Magic is going to really change anytime soon. What they are doing today is just too powerful, and the public likes it too much. Dead-Eye Navigator. Very infamous little creature soul there from this era. The old Navigator was a really big deal back then. But a lot of these cards were. You know, this is Tarmogoyf. This is not like, golly, hairs of strong. What is she wearing? I thought the guy had no legs at first. It's like, look what's going on with that. Like, this is the era of like Snapcaster, Liliana, Tarmogoyf. This is a very, very different era of Magic the Gathering. Demonic Rising. I don't even remember that particular enchantment. And we got a foil back here. Stunning, stunning. Beautiful foil uncommon. Nice little, looks like a little shield, little equipment there. And yeah. So as we approach halfway through the box already, I don't know if this is considered a home run box. I don't know if it's considered a train wreck box. You know, it's been so long since I've done these. I don't even know. God, the Angels, man. They did not screw around with these Angels back then. The old closet. Holy smokes. Dude, this artifact, man. The shenanigans with the closet back in the day. Like, I'm going to know. Like, I'm going to look at the comments on this video. I barely ever look at comments. I'm sorry, you guys. But I bet you if you look at the comments on this video, you're going to tell and you're going to be able to distinguish the individuals that have been playing Magic for a really long time. You're going to be able to tell their comments. Because people who've been in the Magic for 10 plus years and remembers this era, it's not only is it nostalgia, and it's going to hit you, hold on. Not only is it nostalgia, but it's going to remind you how far we've come and how far we've lost from our past, and it's going to really hit hard on this video. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Raven in the back, and there she is. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you all the world famous Avacyn, Angel of Hope, the Queen Bee, man, the power woman, absolute beauty in all categories. 10, Avacyn, Angel of Hope. So far, this feels like an absolutely amazing box opening video, everybody. I mean, we got to experience Cavern, Avacyn. What an amazing throwback. And again, I'm very curious to see the views on a video like this after this much time. Dual casting. Anytime I see anything, dual casting, splinter twin, morphling, anything to do with duplication and copying things. Yeah. Double masters, anybody? Anything that does double, right? You know, it's a very humbling video. You know, I've been kind of looking forward to filming this, and I've been a little descent into madness. So just for everybody knows, you know, I don't know if you guys know, but yes, this set did have mythics, or the mythics back in the day, as you can see by here, you know. So again, our beautiful Avacyn, and of course, Descent is a mythic. So we have 2 mythics in this box. I may have missed a mythic because it's not easy to see on here, but it's a friendly reminder, as you guys know, the best card in the set is Cavern of Souls. It's not even mythic. Like, you know, back this era, you know, getting power and good cards in the rare slot was not really a frowned upon thing. That happened all the time. We got a beautiful little Atlas artifact. Where modern Magic now, pretty much almost all the good cards are always in the mythic slot. Sometimes you get a good rare that pops, and I think Wizards thinks it's an accident. But yeah, most of the power cards are in the mythic slots nowadays. Demon Lord of the Ashmouth there. So I think it's a fun throwback, and I'm very curious to see what the views of you guys watching this is. It's been a long time since I've done even an older box opening. Beautiful Terminus, everybody. And oh god, are you fucking shitting me? Am I getting trolled? Boy, tell me you've been around this channel long enough to know my relationship with Desolate Lighthouse, where Rudy stays in that by himself. The foil rare in the first box we've opened in ages. Rudy returns to the Lighthouse from 5 years ago from the box opening memes. How unbelievable and how improbable is that? Like, how ridiculous is that, everybody? If you know, you'll know. If you know, you know. If you don't, you weren't around this channel years ago. Godly, look at this shit, everybody. Angel of Jubilation. Holy shit, look at that angel. Wow. Breathtaking. Folks, we're down to the last 11 packs. It's been a nice 20 minutes, everyone. It's been a really nice 20-minute video, you know. We got the old Gallows at Willow Hill. I remember this card and people trying to make some shenanigans with, you know, these little colorless artifacts. But you got to tap 3 untapped. See, if you got to tap 3 untapped humans, you can destroy something, and then of course it creates little spirits from killing things. Again, you'll notice great flavor, great lore, great style, the cards, the mechanics of it. There you go. Mythic number 3, the old Bonfire of the Damned with the world famous miracle. It is the double X, which means you got to pump a shit ton of mana and deals X to target player and every creature they have. And of course, if you got the miracle, it drops the single X and gets really powerful. Yeah, so there you go. Kind of a thing, isn't it? Descendant's Path. Here we go. More history. Oh, second foil rare. Like, just so you guys know, 2 foil rares in one box. This is a big deal. Like, that doesn't happen. Ladies and gentlemen, Descendant's Path. One of my all-time favorite pieces of art in modern Magic history by the world-famous legendary Therese Nielsen before she was banned and exiled from Magic the Gathering, which she was the artist 5-10 years ago that was banned because I think because the whole thing with the whole trans, and she's married but she's a lesbian, but she didn't like trans, so everybody attacked her, that she got exiled and she was never allowed to do artwork again. And I believe that was the story. Don't hold me to it. But what I can tell you is the woman did some fucking incredible art. So very infamous piece of art there. And of course, more lore and history of artists and stories from the past, everybody. It's been a long time. We've seen a lot of things over the years in this channel, everybody. And here we go. Guess who just made an appearance, everybody? Mrs. G, the Blade of the Gold Knight, in all her fucking beauty. Mythic number 4. We are cleaning up on this box opening, ladies and gentlemen. See, this is the ultimate box opening video for me. We do a throwback. We all get to enjoy... Oh! Blood Artist. We all get to enjoy an amazing piece of history. We get to see some beautiful stuff. We talk about the old things that went on in the past with artists, cards, reprints, and of course, the icing on the cake of this video. We are actually getting our Avacyn our Blade of Goldenite, our Cavern of Souls. Like, we're hitting the goodies, man. See, that's just what makes the respect to the past worth it, man. The old Hound of Grizzlebrand. It's just, you know, it makes the video that much bittersweet to be able to go back and enjoy this stuff with you guys. It really is. Oh, Angel of Glory's Rise. Beautiful angel again. Absolutely stunning. I know, not really worth anything, but I love it. It makes me happy. And I hope it makes some of you guys happy out there. So as we get to the close of this video, I'm going to talk a little bit at the end here. We got the beautiful Sage over here looking shady. Be careful. I know she's beautiful. You can see the beautiful curves and her beautiful hair, beautiful eyes, but be careful. She could have crazy eyes, everybody. Be careful. So as we talk about this, I want to kind of reflect a little bit more on the past, and as we wrap this video up with you guys right here. Oh, God, we would. Right in the close. Oh, all the ladies are showing up today. Restoration Angel. The gorgeous blonde powerhouse. Look at that fucking art. Oh, wowzers, man. Well, 2 packs left. Thank you all for watching. Dr. Ozu, all the way in Lakewood, California. Thank you again. Enjoy the beautiful cards, the beautiful pulls, and what a fantastic video today. Absolutely couldn't ask for a better box opening. We end the video on a beautiful Lunar Mystic. I don't think we could ask for a better box opening video. I'll talk for a minute or two before we end the video today. Right now, we're in a major bull market in modern Magic, modern Pokemon, modern Flesh and Blood, modern Weiss, modern One Piece, modern Star Wars, modern sorcery, modern everything. We all know that. As we continue to move to the future, it definitely does appear that older stuff is becoming... The demographic is not a fan of what you guys just watched in this video. Now again, whether that's because of the art style, maybe the women... The type of art and how they drew it, more computerized and AI today versus grittier, raw, and comfortable. Power level isn't as good in these older stuff compared to the new stuff today. There's a lot of reasons, a lot of variants, and a lot of arguing variables that control, you know, the prices. And yes, the cold hard truth is if I had literally bought a 13-year-old Pokemon box, this box would be $5,000 in Pokemon. In Magic, what, 300, 400, 500 range, depending what it is, you know, maybe 600 now. I haven't really price checked it in a while. I mean, if you can find a bunch out there, there's really not a lot of this, which is another thing. You have these products that are getting 10, 15 years old. They have not aged like most people thought they would. But here's the thing. The amount of this stuff, of this era, there are not thousands and thousands of Avacyn boxes out there. Go online, run a search. And that's what makes these things very, very cautiously skeptical, optimistic, because you don't know. It's very difficult to value things that start to disappear as they age. And the current market cycle does not always reflect the true value of items that are not in flavor or in the style or in the hot thing of the month. That's the problem with this stuff. It's very, very difficult to know. I still stand by, and this is my closing statement to everybody, I still stand by that there will be a day that vintage and older Magic comes back with the greatest vengeance and the greatest price increase and the greatest roaring era you've ever seen, and it's going to be mind-melting. I still stand by that. I believe that, personally. Now, the rest of the world... In the comment section, everybody else besides Timmy the King Rudy does not agree with me. I am the only person, I am the last man standing on the hill that says the most undervalued, attractive segment of the market in the entire collectible card world right now, if you want to be straight up with you all, is old vintage Magic the Gathering and sealed Magic pre-2020. It doesn't even have to be from the 90s and 2000s. This is 2011, 2012? Still, this is a 13-year-old product. I'm telling you all. My opinion is, see, the problem with Rudy's opinion is, you guys know I'm biased because I have shit tons of money in this old stuff. And the biggest problem is, we don't know when. This stuff could stay dead forever, and I'm just wrong. It could be 10 years of zero price increases, zero rates of return, negative price erosion, lost purchasing power due to inflation. We could go 10, 20 more years with no one giving a shit. It's a real thing, and the question is, in 10, 20 years, as everybody ages and changes, and all the people in their teens and 20s and 30s, in 10, 20 years, they're going to be 30s, 40s, 50s, which means they're growing up now with magic collector boxes and flashy modern era. Products like you just saw in this video are not going to be attractive to that next era of human species. And that is a very bearish case for proving Rudy wrong. This stuff is never going to come back. It's never going to be in flavor. So that is the bull and bear argument of old magic. Now, of course, I always stand by, the time to do anything is when there's blood in the street and nobody believes you. The more people don't believe you, the more you're either completely lost your mind, insane, or the more you have identified something really big long term. We don't know the answer to that, but that's kind of what we know. So, as I wrap up this video, I hope you guys enjoyed this throwback. It was a very special, nostalgic video today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys' comments, and the show goes on as we move forward.